Today we're pressing F to pay respects to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign. We're going to be doing this by going over the 5 stupidest moments in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign. And we're going to be kicking things off with this scene right here. You sneak into a top secret military base, steal a key card, get into this building, you sneak through the building, get into this closet so you can meet with this spy, a spy who's one of the best in the world. And what do you end up doing? You pass a cigarette back and forth like you're in the 8th grade and you found a Lucy. It doesn't make any sense, especially when it at the end pans to this table where you see a full pack of cigarettes. I honestly think the next Call of Duty campaign is going to have SEAL Team 6 breaking into his top secret building to work with the spy and have a goddamn circle jerk while discussing the latest intel. I don't know what's going on here. It makes absolutely no sense. The only thing I can think of is someone wanted to make cigarette smoking look as uncool as possible, or a bunch of stoners wanted to pretend it was a joint, because let's be honest, to come up with a scene like this, you need to be smoking some really good stuff, and I'm not talking about cigarettes, folks. Next up, we're going to be talking about this outfit right here. For a whole goddamn trilogy, Ghost hasn't shown his face. It makes absolutely no sense, and he looks like an asshole. I don't get it. What's going on with Ghost? Why couldn't you find a cooler mask? Why doesn't your mask match with the environment you're going into? Do you go in to do your taxes and this is what you're wearing when you're talking to the guy at H&R Block? How does it work? Seriously, Ghost, what's going on? Is this just some sort of like, I just don't get it. He wears the mask all the time and somehow he still has a body that looks like this. He doesn't look fat, but he's probably had one too many donuts at Dunkin's. I just don't get it. How do you eat with a mask, Ghost? And why do you never take it off? Are you sitting inside filing your mission reports? Make a joke about it being awkward to bang, but let's be honest, if you're wearing that mask out everywhere 24/7, the only banging you're getting done is when you're using a gun to do it, and I'm hoping you don't swing that way, because that would be quite the divergence from the canon. Let's move on to scene number 3 before I get myself in too much trouble. This scene. You're walking through the streets of London, and it's not really the streets of London. You're walking through one street because they couldn't be bothered to put in a goddamn block. You're walking through a street in London. You come across a dog and you're forced to pet it. It's like the developers don't even understand the basic mechanics of a game. Yes, everybody loves when you can pet a dog, but we don't like it when you force us to do it. It's something you're supposed to find. It's a cool little action that you're supposed to discover. It is not supposed to be the main part of a mission, and let's be honest, they made this the introduction to the mission. It's not something cool. People don't think it's nice. People don't think, oh, I can do that. No, you smash their face into it like it was some sort of mirror and the person looking at it was too ugly. It's like they're playing t-ball and they managed to strike out. What the hell's going on here? And let's move on to stupid scene number 4, the end. Yes, after 4 hours of playing this game, after finally getting to a point where you feel like you have an enemy and someone to get revenge for, it ends. It ends. And they just line it up so they can release another campaign, because they thought, honestly, after 4 hours, players were going to think, hey, this was definitely a good campaign. It's not like they didn't completely fill me in on what was going on and assume that I remember the last couple of years of playing Call of Duty campaigns. No, they assume that you love this thing, that it blew you away, and you're ready to get revenge. So what, you're going to have to do, wait 2 years and then get it. The fact that they think that this is a good ending, that this cliffhanger, that this to be continued is good, blows my mind. It's like lighting a bag of shit, leaving it on your neighbor's doorstep, and then coming by the next day and saying, hey, are you ready for part 2? No, you don't do that. They're not ready for part 2. They don't want it, and it's the same with the players. If you leave them with the taste of piss in their mouth, they're not going to be looking for a second serving. At least I hope most of you aren't looking for a second serving, because honestly, that was complete dog shit, and that's an insult to dog shit. How does anyone honestly think they can develop a game that takes 4 to 5 hours to beat? Say, hey, you got a whole open world to explore, and what's that open world? It's just a bunch of bullshit Warzone maps with unlockable guns scattered throughout them, and hey, you can beat the game with every single gun available. No, that's not something that anybody wants to do. So why do you think that like, I just don't get how they thought that setting up a cliffhanger was the best. No, this is where this story needs to end, because it was that shit. And to wrap things off, let's just go over the enemy AI, because throughout throughout the whole game, it proves to be stupider than stupid. It has an IQ that's so low, it went negative. Compared to the AI in this game, the computer you're playing against in Pong is revolutionary. Here's a prime example of the AI and how stupid everything is and how stupid it's just been designed. So you're fighting through these tunnels, you're battling enemies, and somehow every time you go a little bit further in the tunnel, you run across enemies who have no idea what's going on. You've literally fought waves of enemies at one point. You go like 5 meters or like 10 feet down the tunnel, and there's a whole nother group of enemies who has no idea that you exist. The literal enemies that are providing backup that you just killed would have had to run past all of these guys. And I get it, you're in train tunnels, it's a little bit loud, but it's not that loud. You can still hear explosions. What makes this so bad is the fact that the game keeps forcing a stealth component on you, despite the fact that the enemy AI is so dumb. You could sneak up, mushroom slap them, and they'd still think that you're friendly. And you know what? I'm on a roll right now, so we're gonna go over a couple scenes that didn't make the top 5, but probably should have. First off, Makarov's dumb face. What's going on with this dude? He gets out of jail, and somehow he's already assembled the super army. And what does he do when he sees the super army? He says, oh wow, look at this, I'm gonna kill a guy in front of them. I get it, you've got to establish that the bad guy is bad, but this makes absolutely no sense. Just run the like flashback where he shoots all those people in the airport first. Just have us go through that and we'll know like he's a bad guy. The other thing that doesn't make sense is like, why is he not in a maximum security prison? I get that this prison's supposed to be like maximum security or whatever, but the guards that you fight to get Makarov out make like they're horrible. Then somehow you just get through and you can unlock it like it's no big deal. You think they'd send in the goddamn military to do this? You think he'd be in like the most secure prison in the world, but no, he's not. And to prove to you that this isn't some sort of top secret, super secure prison, what sort of serial killer, what sort of goddamn mercenary do you know that would try and take out some guards, and the second you shoot the guards, they cower in fear because you've got a gun? It makes absolutely no sense. The people in this prison should be in this prison for life. They should be having their whole souls locked away, but then somehow, when you come in, these guys all decide to band together and help you out, risk their lives so that you can get off with Makarov. It makes absolutely no sense unless you put him in a prison with all of his best buddies, which again makes absolutely no sense because what sort of dumbass would do this? Oh wait, I forgot. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The developers would probably do this. They'd probably put him in there with all his buddies, give him a bunch of guns and say, I don't know what could go wrong. Yeah, I know I got some of the facts wrong, but let's not worry about that because I'm on a roll. Next up, let's go into this scene where you're just in the middle of a shipping yard. You get into this big fight and then you've got to put a tracking thing on all these containers so you can figure out where things are going. This again makes no sense because you think the enemy at some point would realize you're running container to container, slapping something on it and then running away. Do they think you're playing some sort of game of ding dong ditch in the middle of a war zone? No. Why could you possibly be going container to container, tapping them and running off? I don't know. It's a big mystery. It makes absolutely no sense that this is something that they thought was a good idea. Yet somehow they have another mission where you sneak into a military base, and the second you're seen or the second you kill someone you shouldn't, the whole game shuts down and you've got to try again. And let's just talk about that scene too while we're on it, because you're not supposed to shoot anybody. You're not supposed to get into any fights. It's a real big deal if you do. Then halfway through the game, you just run into this captain. They're like, hey, murk him. And after you get done with him, you can murk another person. It's no big deal because it's just 2 bodies. Who cares? Why couldn't you just take out the whole goddamn military base to get the USB that probably should have just been airdropped to you in the first place? And not to mention, the whole mission ends with a big goddamn canister of gas coming in. Everybody starts running for your lives. And in the middle of this super secret spy is like, hey, we need to just run out of the storage room and split up because we don't want to be seen together. Everybody's dying from gas. Do you really think it matters if you're seen together or not? Why not just air-evac that dude out, drop him a few kilometers away, and he can say he got away too? No, he just runs into an elevator and dies in the gas. You never hear from him again, and it makes absolutely no sense that he'd do that. Why not stick together? Because, hey, even if his cover's blown at this point, at least you get him out. The whole game is just ridiculous to the point that I could just go on for hours about this, but I don't want to waste your time any more than the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 developers did, because let's be honest, if you had to sit through this whole 4-hour campaign, 3 hours and 59 minutes of the game got wasted, and I'm throwing 1 minute in there that wasn't wasted because you got to pet a goddamn dog.